Hello again, and welcome back to 20-Sided Tales, the penultimate of Season 5, Episode 83, A Jubilant Jamboree, Act 3, where last we left our heroes, the Scarlet Vanguard, took to treading the tumultuous thoroughfares of the Hold capital, as political upheaval and chaos were peaking over the realm. Swift justice, as the Duke decreed, saw that 50 heads rolled come the morning through to the afternoon, all in celebration of his daughter's jubilee, and moreover in response to the recent actions of our heroes and their allies who have banded against the Duke and the Black Mask. Over the course of this day's affairs, Alikos was not to be seen, as the knight-to-be marched northwest with his lord in the company of his bravest. As he arrived to Fort Agatar of Augur, the young hero, Alikos, once a foreigner to these lands, was coronated in front of the masses by his lord in the name of all he had done for this realm, and in becoming the symbology of what was to come. With roaring response, throngs of soldiers gathered to arms and gathered in cheer around their new lord Sideri, hailing him from up on high, for even the mountain would tremor. While the rest of our heroes continued their plots within the capital walls, they spoke with Baroness Brunhilde and peered upon the Duke's further injustices as they bided for their heist come the afternoon. However, before this would commence, they would collectively assemble for yet another confrontation with Lorelei. And from this, the truth was to be had, Agnesia's given name, and for a time their qualms were to be placed aside to face their masked foe. And as the day proceeded, Sana had reached out to Madame Moss, and thus was informed of the Archdruid's arrival come this very night. But first Sana would reach out to something else. The chaos. In the throes of a mob near the bank and among the angry peoples, Sana was taken by something, her radiance overdriven, and she was forced to flee the scene. Despite the later consoling, this would have to wait, be put on the back burner, as it were. Sana, Agnesia, and Adlin made off with Lorelei to set in motion their heist on the castle vault and their apprehending of Pippa Penny's blackmailed prosecutor. And this would all transpire in the very outer bailey of the castle. Our trio of femme fatales looking like the goddamn Charlie's Angels circumvented attention, magical traps, and raided the sub-basement vault. But within, perhaps, was not what our heroes had suspected. But on the contrary, Lorelei was quick to act and snatch the vial which contained a memory taken from said prosecutor. Meanwhile, right on time, as the desired time was now, and to be late, Adlin and the prosecutor arrived in tow with a stolen carriage and Happy the horse. Once supplanted with what he had lost, the prosecutor had shifted, taking on a new persona, and seemed to sink into himself with the realizations. Though before this could sink in any further, our heroes pledged to escape in full. However, the castle gate would need to open, so they were stuck there for a minute. And in that time, a spectacle of pyrotechnics erupted, and among the magnificent pops of light and crackles of flame, columns of dark, smoke-like substance came zigging and zagging, hurling down directly into the castle's courtyard. The hand of Bane had arrived, the dreaded Lich King of the Horned Crown, draped in scrolls of dark magic, in his company of deathly unhallowed knights. He proclaimed his warning to the Duke, calling him a descendant of usurpers, and marked him for death, be it by the hand, or be it by taking his own. And with the refusal of the Duke, he then called for the city's judgment come the new moon. The Duke was chagrined at best, and far from taken aback. With a war now upon them, the Duke acted in tandem, and he heralded the arcane torrents of old be activated, and proclaimed that the Solaris Order of lawfully good knights would at last take the head of their sworn enemy. All the while, Lorelei watched from the parapets with a smile, and the heroes hastened with motive. And what will they do now? Let us find out as we begin proper, diving straight down from the pyres in the sky to the outer gates where we see the three of you the gates about to open, and the guards that just opened it, dumbfounded as they look to the sky, totally ignoring you as many are just running off towards the inner baileys, and you can hear the oohs and ahs and the gasps of people outside who are, well, oblivious to what those columns of smoke were. Happy the horse chews the fat and looks to you, Adlin, waiting for some direction. And we see the reflection of Adlin in the glistening black eye of this horse. Go ahead and describe yourself to kick it off.
He's right now just dressed in some more common clothing. Still has his leather armor on underneath that, though, and just a gray, that same gray cloak, though the hood has been just sheared off. Just kind of sitting on this bench of the carriage. Just kind of looking back behind him at the rest of y'all with the prosecutor.
I'm muted. Sorry, I was talking this whole time. Standing not far off, Sana in a red dress and makeup courtesy of Agni. Her hair now, it's a tinge of brown. So I'm getting distracted by chat. She looks to Agni with a worried look.
Out the door, up the hill. Last you described, you were definitely trying to engage in this, but nowhere near close enough to get there. So you're halfway up the grassy hill, in between the outer and inner baileys, kind of looking to the sky as once again columns of smoke that came have reascended back beyond the fireworks, and somewhere you had just lost sight of Lorelei tumbling off the wall where she was watching. We see you kind of throw your hair over your shoulder as, slow-mo, the camera sees you as you look back to the carriage.
Agni had said by Electra that Lorelei can come get in their carriage if she likes. Seeing that Lorelei has flipped off, she will head back to the carriage to quickly get the prosecutor out as quickly as possible. I forgot to describe her. She's currently disguised as a random female guard for this noble version of Sana that we have put forward.
You jump in the side of the door as it's open, and guards are, moving with intent past this carriage. They don't care about you. They're trying to figure out what just happened in the inner courtyard, defend the nobles and whatnot. With that little snap of the reins, and alright, I'm going. Happy starts moving his way out into the exasperated crowd beyond the outer bailey. And you guys continue to ride. Where are you headed?
I think we're heading towards the commotion that just happened. At least that's where Adlin was intending.
Well, actually, you're going in the opposite direction. You're at the outer gate, about to leave, and that was at the inner gate.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure the prosecutor is safe.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. We still have him. Yeah, we're gonna drop him off at the
Forgot
house.
about that guy.
He's having a breakdown in the back. We gotta get this dude to his house.
Across town.
Sana would probably be in the back, arm around his shoulder, just trying to comfort him the best she can.
Yeah. Well, you ride on through the city streets, most of which have been corrugated off and partitions placed, traffic being inherently directed because of recent events. The lanes of traffic chosen preemptively and not by those who stride them. But eventually, within about 20 minutes time or so, maybe a bit more, you do arrive back to that gated off cul-de-sac. You'd pick this man up. In the time that you're riding, Sana, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. 21.
With a -5.
Oh.
Didn't she
Sorry,
get that thing from me?
-4.
17.
Okay.
You get that thing from me where your next saving throw was something? I can't remember what it was.
What?
If she wanted to use that right now.
Oh yeah.
She has no idea she's making a save, so let's just skip
True.
that, shall we?
Alright.
Yeah.
Don't use it then if you don't know you're using it.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if it was like the next one, but it doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
Nah, it's chill.
17. Got it.
Yeah.
You arrive to this cul-de-sac. Guards look at you. They recognize you. You're a halfling with one arm, whose outfit is maybe a little bit too big. The driver hat he's wearing, jacket over your shoulders. Ah, back already.
Yes, he is feeling unwell.
Oh, let me get this gate opened up then.
Yeah.
There's a few. And he like kind of whispers to you, and just gab in. He goes, "Yeah, a few others came home early. They couldn't even handle the pre-parties nobles."
Yeah. Oh, it is what it is. Means I get an early night.
Oh, give me a flagon and 2 kegs. I'll take their place. As he's saying that, the other guards open up this gate. You continue on to this cobbled cul-de-sac. And outside the man's home.
And he'd make a show of climbing down, opening up the door, and just, we've arrived at your home.
He's about to say something, but he doesn't. And just goes to receive some relief and a handout.
Oh, here. I'll give my hand getting out, yeah.
I'll, while they're getting out, I kind of pull Agni to the side. Do you think we should have someone stay with him?
I don't think we should leave him alone.
As he bumbles out, he kind of looks around. He looks to his home. And the look in his eyes is one of confusion. He just mutters, like, "Is this my home?" under his breath. But he moves towards it.
Oh. I think we've got some time before whatever battle is to come. I could stay with him.
If anyone's staying with him, I think we should all stay with him. Let's not split up. Keep splitting up, and bad things keep happening.
Sana winces and nods.
Agni kind of winces, realizing that that sounds a lot more pointed than she meant for it to sound. But not in general.
It's okay.
We can talk to him until we know what's going on. I don't want this man out of our sight. If they find out that he's got memory back, they might come to take him out. They might come to do anything. I do not want to have done all of that just for this man to get assassinated before we can help us. Let's put him down. Let's let him rest. Make our plans from here. Wait for him to come to and talk. Let's help this man to his bed.
Something. I was able to see what the memory he regained was. I'm wondering if I should even mention it to both of you. Maybe she shakes her head. Apparently, what he learned was the Duke's wife didn't die naturally.
Thought she
That sort
died
of
in
information could...
childbirth, didn't she? That's what I heard.
Evidently not.
No.
As you're standing
That
outside
would've
this
been
guy's
mustard
house,
in your head, by the
down.
way.
As you're standing outside of this man's house, outside his gate, down the main street, not like coming your way, crossing from left to right, you just see like many cavalry coming down the street, several platoons, squads, and they're this draws your attention because they're like trumpeting and such.
The house. Let's go. Come on.
God.
Wrong character.
Miss, sorry, looks like you're forgetting your bag here. And him making sure you've got the haversack, and we'll just silent message you. I've got to go return this carriage, but I'll be back.
Thank you. Driver. She'll grab the bag and put it on, and I'll lead your boss into his house. She'll help the man into his house, give a formal nod to Adlin as if she was a guard and he was.
He resists you.
Sir, you need to lay down.
I need to be alone.
I'm going to take you into your house so that you may lay down. Then I'm going to leave you alone.
I don't know you.
All right, here to help you.
Please, sir, with what you've gone through and what you've regained, we worry for your safety. I understand what you've gone through is...
No, you don't.
That's fair. But that doesn't change
You
the
worry
fact...
about those who have died by skewed law.
Trust me, we can make this better. First, you need to lay down.
No.
You need to go inside. It's dangerous in the city right now.
That's
Inside your house.
backs up to his door and starts scrambling to get his keys in. He drops them. His hands are all shaky. But eventually gets it open. Roll persuasion now.
Alright.
One of you. Both of you. Either one.
I think Agni with advantage would probably be a good idea.
Sure.
Yes,
Natural 20 for 29. And you get inspiration there, Sana.
Yeah. You got away with words.
Okay. Yeah, he goes inside his house.
I'm going to follow him into his house.
Shuts the door on you. Are you gonna forcibly enter this man's house?
No, but I'm hoping to be
for?
walking. I'm hoping to be walking in with him.
You just rolled a natural 20, and I'm telling you, he's not letting you in your
Oh,
house. In the house.
shit.
Okay.
You don't know what that natural 20 means. You know that he's okay with the two of you, and he's shutting the door in your face.
Perhaps we should
The
just
last
keep
thing he
it
says
back
is,
here.
I have much to do.
Hey, there's multiple people on there. Aren't guilty of what they say they are. She'll let him go.
Camera pans into his house. You don't see this, but as proverbial viewers, he looks over to his office, and he looks over to his pantry. He looks back to his office where there's papers and pens. He looks back to his pantry where there's a rope, and he looks to the rafters of his house. And he takes a step towards it, but he looks back to the door and remembers the kindness that was just done for him. And he walks to his office to grab the paper and pen and get to work.
Looks like y'all are gonna need a ride back. Where am I dropping you off exactly?
If we can't go in, we can at least watch the place.
And with silent speech, would just kind of send to you. In that case, you're gonna want to change out of that dress.
And she looks down at herself. I don't think I have any other clothing.
I've always got a bit of clothing. Here, it's a closed cart, right?
I was assuming it was a carriage or something, since he's somebody
carriage?
of mild importance.
If we can get in the carriage, I can give you some of what I'm wearing.
Thank you.
Yes, of course, driver. If you could just drop us off not too far around the corner, that'd be lovely. She will step in. Open the door for Sana first, because Sana is her lady, and then she will step in and close the door.
Mm-hmm.
So you do. You begin to ride away. You make it down the street, but this is all no stop zones, and there are lots of guards around. There's more soldiers in the city than people visibly active and about, especially in this district. Every time you go to stop, you're being directed to continue on. So you're driving for about 10 minutes. You end up leaving the Creed Ward and coming to the main district, within the outer wall. And Adlin, you see this shadow over top of the carriage, just kind of following you for a moment. And as you look up to the sky, instinctually, you see there is a horse, gilded in armaments, flapping angelic-like wings. A man whose eyes, one of them is glowing a bright blue, also in armaments. He is following the carriage from the sky.
And seeing that, instead of going back to where we'd kind of been staying for the most part, he's just going to keep going for now, just going straight, trying to take us to somewhere a bit more out of the way, probably more in a slums kind of area.
Well, you're in the common ward, and there's not much for slums in Baldrick's Watch. It is a well-to-do capital city, but you continue trying to navigate it. You come to another gate you're familiar with that leads like closer out. The gate is shut. You take a turn, continue down the road. Like 30 seconds have passed. In that time, this Pegasi-mounted Inquisitor has come down to the point where he's about 20 feet above the back of your carriage, or off some distance, about 20 feet off the ground. And even inside the carriage, the two of you now hear people quickly scrambling to get out of the way, as following him on foot as best they can are many soldiers, several platoons of soldiers being guided by knights, cavaliers. And then your horse neighs, it freaks out, as ahead of you there are many archers, more than you could count in that moment. And a few of them let out shots towards the horse. Clatters across the cobbles.
And Adeline's going to just pull short, just kind of immediately start shouting, what the hell's this about? You better not shoot fucking Happy. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just flapping right above. He appears to be ignoring you and looking at the carriage.
Not even gonna give words? Come on, you could at least say, hey, halt. That's how law fucking works, right? If I'm gonna be on it, if you're trying to
What
stop
you carry is above the law. An extra plainer threat to the people of this land. The murderer! The killer of masses at the bank! She is with you now!
What the fuck?
Step out! Step out now! And he begins yelling.
What?
I will repeat. You have a threat which has been labeled extraplanar.
Looks
Step
at Agni
out.
in panic.
Don't move, Sana.
Better.
Archers!
This is only
You
gonna
hear
get
about
worse.
48 bowstrings draw back. I said out!
Anna begins to exit the carriage.
Step out with her.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my hands where they can see him.
Okay, let me just put you where you can see your token, I guess.
Oh god.
Okay, move your token as you step out of the carriage.
Would you say that we were able to get a short rest?
Nope.
Damn it. Uh-oh. Yeah, she gets out, still in this red dress.
Flies down, so he's within about 30 feet of you. While
And
maintaining
he's right
his
next to Sana.
20 feet on the ground. Do not resist! And he begins to cast the spell.
Yeah.
Recognize the spell?
No.
What do you want with her?
He's sharply looking at her with one blaring blue eye and then kind of like looks to you for a second, grunts, and looks back to her.
Wait,
As
I
I
asked you a
suspected.
fucking question.
Agni, it's okay.
Oh, he can answer my question.
There is only chaos in her mind. And pain.
Who?
And riling chains of flame. Get them! Get them now! He yells out.
Name yourself. Who are you?
Enough of you, wench! Archers! And the archers all fire.
Hey!
The only ones they hit are the horse. About 48 arrows go into your horse and to the side of your carriage.
Oh, poor Happy.
Happy lies there on the ground, bleeding. I was happy, are his last words, as his black eyes look to you one last time before closing. What do you guys do? You gonna roll initiative?
What Adeline's doing is he's fishing in a pocket, and out of curiosity, do we see any Solaris Order?
These are Solaris
weapons?
Order.
I figured it was.
The guy who's talking to you is Solaris Order, as well as the 3 knights behind him, who at this point remove their helm, and you actually recognize some of them.
Well, it's good to see some of you again, though the arrows were a bit uncalled for as he's pulling out his ring.
However, none of these men have seen Sana in their recent days. Or have they seen you guys in a long time? And even so, their cause is greater. So what are you guys doing?
Still haven't answered my question. Name yourself.
I am High Inquisitor, and that is all you need to know.
No, I'd like your name.
We do have history with some of you, Rosecroft.
Kind of like
So at the very
looks
least,
around.
we could have a damn answer. And if we're going to be doing this as per a conversation, let us have a conversation.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage because he isn't like Agnesia, the guy who's been talking mostly.
Ask for his name, little baby.
I'm the DM. I'm totally neutral. So.
No, him, not you.
All right.
too.
Renault says, if I may, High Inquisitor. As what? She's an extraplanar threat. I detected her thoughts. I saw naught but chaos and the writhing flames upon those chains. The ones we've known to fear that Kristoff has spoke of. Even if that is the case, I know some of these individuals. They have helped us in my travels. Camaraderie or not, they are not above the laws of God. Take consultation, Renault. They do not die here in the streets. Now step back and know your place. Yes, High Inquisitor. Puts his helmet back on.
Give him a nod of appreciation and then look to the other two. Heard a lot of people in.
Adlin, over the course of this last 30 seconds, a raven has landed on the roof right here. There's many ravens throughout the city, of course. Mm-hmm. But this raven watches with more intent than the others. Step away from the extraplanar threat!
So was she supposed to let herself get killed?
She's going to be taken away where it is safe. She's a risk to everyone around her.
Isn't everybody here?
This is not a philosophical debate!
Oh. You're right, but you're talking about the letter of the law of your god.
Law of these lands as dictated by the gods.
All
when
right.
a woman walks into a bank and the faces of those she left behind are melted in a permanent anguish, you best believe my fury be real as High Inquisitor.
After they have shot at her, they tried to tear her apart. They tried to kill her.
It matters not what lies you try to tell. This is no court.
I see. Then what should I do with what I was told to do by God?
As you're saying that, you feel your bodies start to grow lighter, and you almost begin to raise off of any surface you're standing upon. And you hear like a whisper on the wind, Adlin, like a thrown voice. Trust me.
Yeah, towards the raven that had just landed, just in silent speech, like, okay.
Out of reach, but as you're doing that, Sana tries to bolt away.
Yep. Just see her nod at you two and say,
I reach out and try to grab Sana.
You're surprised.
Yeah, she goes to like move away.
And both of your bodies feel like they're lifting up. Do you accept?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sana, as Sana's running away, Agnesia, you go to grab her, and your hand turns to wind, and it goes right through Sana, who also turns to wind. As the raven on the roof casts a wind walk on the three of you over the course of the last minute, and then begins to fly away. And I assume all of you just woof, in your forms of wind begin to zip off 180 feet per round.
Yep.
Get them! You just kind of hear him yelling out as you're all now soaring at high speeds over the city. But the raven isn't flying for long before she lands somewhere in a darker corner, a part of the Creed War that's been segregated off. All the gates closed in and out, and there's people still in here. They can't leave to go get food. They can't do anything. They're just in this section, and she brings you to one of these sectors. And as the raven lands, the long indigo feathers hyper-extend out and ride the ground like a wedding dress, and big pauldroned shoulders, and the lovely ginger hair and familiar face of Madame Mosamos.
Mama.
She runs over and hugs Sana.
Yeah, as soon as she hugs her, Sana just breaks out bawling.
It's all right, Dad. It's all right. And she like pulls you away, and she
It doesn't meet her eyes.
She unclicks something from her neck. Here, and clicks it onto you. It's a necklace. Not a very nice necklace. It's just solid steel with a dark opal stone.
Can I roll like an Arcana check? I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but
You do. You've seen her wear this. It's so that as a guild master, her business isn't pried into by spies and such. It's mandatory as someone who's on the elite council of Barum to wear.
Yeah.
But she will break that code of conduct for the time being to place it on you.
I can't take this. What if someone looks in on what you're... And then takes a deep breath. Thank you.
The High Council is all in agreement. The Duke's actions have gone too far. I'm not here for the wars of men. I'm here for the people. And of all the people, you hold a special place in my heart.
You should have let them take me, didn't... I heard...
Their minds are addled and they know not the truth of what you are. Nor do I. But I know it's not to be locked up in a cell in the bottom of Halo. You're a citizen of Steedron, and so you will follow those laws. I've got you now. But we need to be quick. I need to head to the Waterford University. That power I just expended on you. It'll come at a cost, but hopefully I'll be able to push enough. I'm going to be busy here the next few days. And while I help the people, I'm going to need you all to do your part as well, as you have so many times before.
All right.
I'm going to create a tunnel from the Waterford University to several of the closed-off districts and back out the city walls so the people can flee. Those who do not wish to fight do not have to be stuck here. I'll move the earth and I'll secure the way out.
Alright, are you gonna need us to start bringing people?
Aye, in secrecy. The Baroness, she's a good woman. I've already spoken to her.
Alright.
She hugs you a bit tighter.
Yeah, Sana's still just looking at the ground.
Her embrace becomes that of feathered wings around you.
Aww.
She takes the form of a large raven once again and flutters off.
Get you changed again, Sana. Quickly. Agni is going to give her pants and top.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Did
well,
her hair
Begin
more red
changing.
this time.
A small child emerges from a box who had watched this whole event.
Kill it. No, sorry.
She's holding a teddy bear that has one eye, kind of like on a loose string hanging. A lot of fluff is coming out of it. This bear's seen better days. And she goes, "Have you seen my mommy and daddy? They shut the gate, And I'm hungry.
Well, here, we're about to go looking for people. Do you want to come with us? We can look for them.
She trusts your face. She goes to, like, take your hand. Your one hand.
Alright, well, here, while we're going, gonna do a little trick. And with that, I will go ahead and spend a spell slot to cast Pass Without a Trace. Last second level spell slot.
Okay.
Where were they last, sweetie?
She shrugs. She doesn't know. All she knows is that a lot of the city has been sealed off. You cannot leave the neighborhood you live in, or you cannot leave the city in general.
Alright. Give her a
Indeed.
ration to eat
Yeah,
if she's hungry.
It's just gross. It's so dry. She eats it.
Yeah. It's all I've got.
Alright, well,
Spoiled kid.
it's fucking dry cack. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's a hard biscuit. Alright, well, so we're gonna head towards the university and just keep an eye out while we go, right?
I'll cast a disguise self on myself to look. It's like another random person. No armor, just a woman in the streets. Like of the right, economic area for like the area that we're in.
Sana, you know that you're not attuned to this yet either. The necklace you were given.
I need to keep moving.
Maybe find me.
Yeah, in
Maybe
that case-
I should split off.
No.
If they find all of us, then we can do nothing. But if I can keep moving,
If they find you, you'll die. Let's keep moving. We're moving. Let's go.
Okay, you move to the edge of this neighborhood and find that its gates have been sealed. Large double panels, each 10 foot wide and roughly 12 feet or so tall.
Are we in the right neighborhood for the Waterford University or no?
No, you are in the common ward. The Waterford University is back in the Creed ward that you had just fled.
Okay.
And out of curiosity, you said that it's like gated off there, right? So I'm assuming there's a wall there, but is it like a wall big enough where there's people patrolling the top kind of thing, or is it just like a segment wall?
Because it's only just like a little neighborhood of lower class people, not too many guards up on the wall. Like, all the good guards, all the soldiers are more towards the main gates and the lookout points for the receiving the hand of Bane or at the castle. So this is like it's like the guy who just graduated from guard school. His armor doesn't fit him quite well. He's just kind of walking around. Pretty sure he looks like right down your general direction and doesn't notice anything.
Okay.
There's like one inept guard nearby that you can make out.
How long will it take
Alright.
you, Sana, to get that thing on properly?
Sana, I need another wisdom save in the time this has transpired.
yep. All right.
This time, the modifiers are different.
Can I use inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, crit. Oof, I definitely failed.
Take mine.
Okay, with your passive insight, Sana, you get a shiver down your spine, and being so recently scryed on, you feel as though you're being scryed upon again.
Sana, my inspiration this time.
Okay, roll again. Sana, you get a shiver down your spine. That still stands.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
Yeah, she stops in her tracks. He's looking in on me again.
All right.
I need to go.
Sonic, come with me real quick. And he's creeping towards that one guard.
He's like well above you, about 25 feet or so. Just kind of walking around.
Yeah, at the base of it, Adeline will go and reach in the bag and go ahead and snap back on the artificial arm. Getting that ringing headache again. But once it's on, he'll sit there, go ahead and pull the grappling hook that's attached to it off the bottom and go to slot it into the hole that the bolts have been coming out of. Goes to aim it up, and
roll an attack
yeah,
on the wall and try to
Oh god.
yeah,
get
and
yourself up there.
What are you doing?
We don't got time. Where is it? There it is. Grappling hook.
Ting! Do you steady aim?
Yeah.
You can do that. You realize as you're standing there, kind of feeling kind of woozy from this arm, but then the arm also sort of sinks you in and makes you steady. And it's a 19 to hit. Add that ability to your sheet. This is when you get it, the resyncing to the arm.
Okay, gotcha.
And you fire up, you hit your mark. It'll be easy enough for you to climb now. No check required. Just passively begin to scale up.
And just as he's beginning to head up, Sana, he just turns around and says, "All right, come on, we're gonna have to just knock him out. I hate to do it, but
Why? How is this going to help?
because now we can be in 2 different districts. Come on."
Still not understanding what you mean. Yeah, she'll follow you.
And just as we get up to the top, going to attempt to sneak up on this guard and just go ahead and have him take a nap. Still have that plus 10 because of Pass Without Trace, so 26.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
roll
he's
2.
Totally unaware.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
impressed by how I just sink into the shadows. Inspiration, buddy.
Hey, thank you. And yeah, just with Sana's help here, just going to try to take this guy out at the knees, knock him out, and just let him lay down up here.
So cold.
You don't
Yeah.
have very much difficulty. He's maybe about 17 years old.
Poor kid.
Poof, his helmet is like way too big for him, and his armor just asleep.
This night keeps getting worse and worse.
All right. And Adeline will actually reach into a pocket and just go ahead and put in his pocket 5 gold pieces. he doesn't feel good about this.
Right, now you just earned that info. All right. Yeah.
Follow them.
From there, it's easy enough to make your way down with Pass Without a Trace. You're all able to like get out of that segregated area you were at, and kind of pick up with you some streets later as you're making your way to the university, headed back to the danger zone, where you got 5 stars and they're flashing currently. Are you gonna stealth? Are you going to parade? That's
Wait.
the approach.
Anna, how long are we being watched for?
I'm assuming I would know what the spell is, right?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
How long has it been?
Kind of around that time.
Because we don't want to say where we're going. Being watched and listened to. So, telepathically, with Electra, Agni is going to say, let's go in a really weird way.
Mhm.
Like, let's stealth in the back, through back roads, going around different ways, stuff like that, just so that it's not
Adeline.
immediate. We go directly to the Waterford University.
Adeline, roll an investigation as you reverse investigate and
All right.
take this
Not very good.
series of pathways. But the problem is, as I mentioned before, only certain streets are open. They have made the city where they know where all lanes of traffic are flowing to and from. You find yourself being caught up in this unless you start to move outside of the roads somehow. You kind of peek your head around a corner, and you see a couple Solaris Order knights that have probably been dispatched from the castle speaking to... Actually, it's one of the knights that you had seen. Knight Fielder. He's speaking to some of the guards of the city who are setting up perimeters and kind of heading your direction as you poke your head around the corner. Roll me a group stealth check.
That's a 7.
It'll be a
dear.
17 because pass without a trace.
Hey.
At one point, you're all about to get
Agnes.
caught just in the... As the sun is just kind of moving over the city, and it gets past one of these larger roofs. It shines down in the middle of the street where you're all just quickly trying to cross, and Agnesia just, like the shepherd's crook around your neck kind of thing, pulls you to off stage, exit stage left, and you just a very close call there. Continue making your way back to the Waterford University. And you eventually make it there within about half an hour. You've yet to have been discovered, but I need another wisdom saving throw from Sana.
Damn it. Inspiration I just got. Yeah, no, he knows where I am. She says it again. He can see
Edwin
me.
has one.
Somewhere in Mechanus, there's a Modron, and he sees this bar. This has inspiration below it, and it's about to go down, and he just kind of touches another lever, and he keeps it up. Says no. We come back to reality. All right, so once again, you feel that sensation.
If I can, give her the one I've got as well.
Do it.
We're
Let it have one more go.
Go for it.
Hey,
All right, you feel that you feel that sensation, but maybe you're able to slip it. Like it doesn't linger on the back of your spine, and you get a sense of deja vu that replaces it, and a few more twists and turns through the corrugated blocks of Baldrick's Watch, and you're gazing upon the Waterford University, and you can see its front gates are open, and a lot of people are actually coming and going from the grounds, common folk that had the means to get here anyhow, and banquet tables are sort of placed out, and they're having a gala of their own, it seems, here. A luncheon, an afternoon event, but knowing Baroness Brunhilde, this was a preemptive ruse for something else. And as you're all entering these crowds, though, the people here are not stupid. They know that Sana's a charge of Baroness Brunhilde, and this is likely where she would go. The Inquisitors flying above this place, doing laps. And you also see, probably guards that are informed here for that purpose, as well as to keep the peace for whatever reason people have gathered here. As you're looking upon the final stretch to make it in the grounds into the university, but your bane is here.
Agni, I've got an idea, but it's
Can
problematic.
get Sana and I in without being seen, if necessary.
Well, it's a risk, but it's a risk on more either you or me. One of us needs to choose.
What is it?
Either you look like her and just run. Change your look once you get some distance.
If I just... How far away are we from the thing? 'Cause you said we're pretty close, right? Like, just... We're within 500 feet from inside of the place?
Yeah, you are. Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I was saying you're about 300 or so feet away across the street, looking across the thoroughfare outside its gate.
I have Dimension Door.
Oh.
And get her and I within 500 feet.
Oh, that's way better idea than what I was about to say.
Yeah, well, the only worry is if I might be warded from teleportation. I'm gonna finger cross that they aren't.
All right.
Can only take one person though.
Sana definitely. Us two are fine. And I'm sitting there talking to the kid, who I guess at some point I probably like started piggybacking so that we can
Yeah.
walk a little quicker.
She's
Straight
having
up.
she's having fun. She hasn't questioned you all. She's never climbed a wall before. Was the last thing she said.
As we're
Not this
looking
not
at
this high.
this place, I just want to pull out the oculary and look at it. Like, look at him too. The
Shiny out.
Bane.
Nothing.
Alright.
There's no like extra dimensional juggernaut waiting for you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's good
These
to
are
check.
these are just men and soldiers.
Spooky times.
Right.
You two give that a try. We're
Sana?
fine.
Where are you
Safe.
trying to teleport to, though? It's important.
Okay. I
Exactly.
want to go in. I want to go to the library. If I think that's
If you want to
within
get to the
distance.
library that Sana was going to, it'll be a little bit of a walk. And Sana, roll an Arcana.
Da, 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 da. 9. She's
Jeez.
scared. What's happening?
Seems like it'll be a bit of a walk. You know. It's on the opposite corner side that you're on, so you will have to move up a bit to get within your 500 feet to get a
Okay,
placement in
then
the library.
No. I don't really know what this place looks like. Is there like, I assume there's like a main hall when you come in. I would like to not be in there. I would like to be past that.
A massive
towards
piece
the
of
library.
it's a massive piece of real estate. It's a mansion in the center of a big plot of land. Generally a rectangular shape, several floors and towers. You're just trying to go center mass somewhere you can reach.
Not right in
Near-
like
near-
the open.
Not in the
Like,
open
not-
outside, like in the lobby or something, off to the side of the lobby
is-
in the
yeah.
latrine. You don't remember the layout. Roll an investigation as you try to recall.
Okay. There, it was on my spells page. Investigation. A natural 20.
Yeah, you feel pretty confident that you can get you and her in one of the stalls of the ladies' latrine just off of the lobby. Like pinpoint, you remember that window. You were smoldering out of it for a moment.
Take us weirdly to the bathroom, but that's the safest place. All right, Adlin. Luck. Right,
Yep,
little
do it.
girl. Good time. Take
we're
Sana
good. Join a party.
by the hand. Teleport on in.
Okay. A doorway appears. Quickly as it appears, it vanishes as you step through the other side and get a quick glimpse of where they're going. Adlin, you see like the latrine, and there the two of you are. Poof. Camera kind of follows you in. It's very quiet in here, but you can hear the echoes of distant steps. You know.
Long left till you can attune to that thing.
Typically a rest. Time to connect myself with the magic within it.
So she hasn't been able to do it while we're walking, I assume.
Nope.
I have to focus on it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Adlin, you sigh not but a turn after they do this. The patrol of the Inquisitor comes to an abrupt stop. Instead of going the direction he was going, he turns around and starts heading for the university.
Adeline's going to sit there and he looks for a moment and will just kind of let the girl down and just reaches into one of his pockets, fishes around, and will pull out his journal and just opens it up real quick and writes in the front, please watch this, keep this kid safe, and just signs his name right there, closes it, and hands it to this kid, and goes, all right, hey, look, here's what I'm going to want you to do, okay? there's somebody who can help you find your family in there, but I've got to go take care of some work. You're going to go in there and you're going to say that you have a very important message for Baroness Brunhilde, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here you go. And you're going to hand this to her. All right? It's really
My little
important.
brother, he's 2 years old.
Oh,
Is he there too?
he might be. The Baroness,
Okay.
she knows everybody. She can help you out, okay?
She just runs to the university with this little piece of paper. While you were doing that, the Pegasus has beelined over the outer courtyards
Yeah.
towards the front doors. And he's going to breach the door, but before you get there and get into the building, it looks like. But in the center of the outdoor gala being held here, there are some sudden fireworks. And you see Click Clack and Goblin Doll Girl and 2 dancing halflings just in the middle of a show, perfectly timed, as Lorelai is cracking her whip, and the Pegasus has to kind of like deter off, takes up an extra turn to go around this sudden pyrotechnic.
And with that little bit of extra time, there's something Adlin's going to try. He's going to go ahead and pull from around his neck the whistle and just go ahead and blow into it again. He knows it's tied to divination magic and that it has a way of attracting attention for certain beings
Roll a
beyond.
charisma check.
All right. Charisma check. Boop.
Nice.
Ooh.
After spinning about the pyrotechnic, natural 1 for my roll, the Pegasus, no one else hears this but this Pegasus, it's a silent whistle, but the celestial creature just fully bends, and as the Inquisitor goes to turn back towards the temple, towards the university, he's just all but hell frustrated, he's messing up his words. The Pegasus does not listen to him. Instead, it goes heading towards the whistle with all of its speed, coming towards you now, Adlin.
And Adlin's then gonna book in the opposite direction, still blowing the whistle.
Roll an acrobatics as you enter a chase with this Pegasus.
God.
Oh no.
A 10. You've got what I'll
Okay,
call
can you
2
give me
gaps between you and it right now. Not close enough to give him inspiration.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But the Pegasus is being refused by its master. You actually beat it with that 10. He's like pulling against it. What are you doing? Come on! And it says to him in Celestial, but I must. The call. Something calls. And he's, what do you mean something? I call, damn it. There's an extra plane of threat that way. And the creature is just, this thing that you hold is a very important device, and it continues on, but you're also having troubles of your own. You go like sliding under a little cart filled with goods, just kind of in the middle of an alleyway. You kind of bang into a bunch of barrels, knock them over. A stray cat goes flying, and you kind of then thrust yourself into the middle of a busy thoroughfare. People everywhere. Roll me another acrobatics for the next round. You're still at 2
Alright.
gaps with this thing.
12.
Jeez.
All the people are getting in your way, but not so much as the Inquisitor is getting in the way of his own Pegasus, as once again you actually increase the gap that time as you start to lose him in the crowd. And are you still blowing the whistle, by the way?
Yeah, he's going to continue to blow the whistle as he just keeps trying to lead this Pegasus away.
Okay, you're several blocks away now. Roll another, this time roll athletics.
Athletics. Gotcha.
And you are just hauling ass. You're several minutes away at this point. And
Just throwing elbows in the crowd.
because you have cunning action and all this, you're keeping this Pegasus for the time being on an indefinite goose chase until it decides to stop. But so far it's been about like 5 minutes of running. I need you to roll a con save. You're beyond how many sprints you can do in a chase.
Absolutely.
It's starting to hurt. Your heart is pounding, and pins and needles, the source of which, mostly coming from your missing arm side. So you do get a point of exhaustion.
Yep.
but you're not out of it yet. You can keep running it, leading it on if you wish. And I imagine you are, as we cut back to the others. We cut behind you and see this Pegasus in the sky with this rider, and the rider kind of like turning around, looking behind him, and he just jumps off of it.
Oh God!
And lands. Yeah, we just see him jump off, like going through the air, about to land on a roof, and his one eye, divination, is just kind of locked on to the university, which is now many blocks away from him. In the 50 rounds of running, roughly, he just did, zigzagging away, not an errant line, so he's like maybe about 10, 12 blocks away, but big blocks. All right, and camera pans quickly ahead to the university and down into its shingled roof, and we see the two of you, Agnesia and Sana. What are you up to?
I step out, and as we're going, I just pull her out of the stall, cast disguise self on myself again to look like one of the workers at the university. I hit her with a prestidigitation to change her hair color, and I yank her out of the bathroom. We start going.
Okay, when you say a worker at the university, do you mean like the custodian, the janitor? Do you mean like a teacher who just kind of wears whatever they want, but they look studious?
I kind of assumed that there was maybe a bit of a uniform or like a symbol that they wear to show they work there.
It's a school of arts. They're very anti-uniform.
Do they have like, you know how like professors will have their like lanyard with their like
they've got like certain accoutrement and things, paraphernalia of teaching.
Give me overalls.
I'm gonna make myself look studious, a little bit, artsy.
Yeah.
And give myself a lanyard that.
I have to clarify. So not the janitor, because they actually kind of do have uniforms, like the one people. But yeah. Okay, so you do.
Teacher. Yeah, and I'll.
You're a teacher.
Sana and I want to try and slip into the crowd and head.
Yeah, you head outside and you see Lorelai and 4 of the Howling Imaginarium putting on a show for this afternoon luncheon. For the people that have been put out, it's like just a free charity event the Baroness has held tonight as a surprise.
Know where the Baroness's office is?
The Baroness is known for doing little philanthropist type endeavors like this. Yeah, you quickly assume a role in the crowd.
You know where the Baroness's office is? Where in the university do you need to get?
I never met with her personally.
I'm going to head. I don't really know the layout of the place. Down a hallway, gonna look.
As I described, it's a big square plot, and in the center there is a massive building. It has 4 floors, it has 3 towers, and generally a rectangular shape. It is just like this mansion. Think of the Xavier mansion from the X-Men. That's the type of layout of this place.
Then, without knowing where Baroness Brynhilda is, I'm gonna want to head to the library.
You know where she is. She's at the party where all the other nobles are. She's not here. She's not here. Okay. She's at the castle with all the other high nobility. She is one of the barony of this land. So she's in attendance.
The point is to get out, isn't it? Maybe come here.
As well.
You're not sure, but you see your mom doing her thing. She doesn't notice you, or how could she? You're both disguised, and she's quite busy. But she kind of ends her show. It was just like a quick little 10-minute thing, as if she had noticed something transpiring. She's just kind of sipping on some punch, looking about. Her eyes cross the crowd, past the building, but you guys are beyond detailed view for her.
Going to, as we're kind of going, like making our way along there, I want to summon Electra off in the corner away, so I can telepathically talk to Lorelai. Just hit her with a... Lorelai, we're kind of being chased right now. Any help would be appreciated.
Don't get caught.
I guess.
You just see her walking around. She's walking towards the building now. I'm gonna take a wild hunch. You're already here.
Yep. Right. Just,
What's the Baroness got planned? She didn't tell me. I didn't really tell her everything either, though. Where are you? Are we playing cat and mouse? Oh, it's been so long.
Take a right. Go up about 30 paces.
Yeah, she eventually closes the gap and makes it up.
Hey, thank you for the pyrotechnics, by the way. Saved my ass. I don't think I have much time, though.
She goes, oh, what do you mean? And rolls her eyes. She knows what you mean.
Anna? I need a new name. I call you... Anna, for now.
To be fair, I did warn the two of you that she had caused a bit of a show. That's why I didn't come back with you. I'm not gonna do one crime and get caught for another, embedding a terrorist or whatever they think you are. Don't worry, I know you're not. You likely couldn't hurt a fly.
Unless he's seen through illusions, he doesn't know who I am, but that's up in the air.
Oh, are they doing that magic thing on you?
Yeah, we're being watched.
I got a bit of dust left in me, and she takes off the hat, twirls it, puts her hand like shoulder deep in it, pulls it out. There's a bit of a sparkle from her fingertips, but effectively, like, nothing happens. But you know she did this on the basement heist too, and...
Non-detection?
She says that'll cover you for a little bit.
What do we have?
10 minutes.
That's something.
And whoever is scrying on you, they're going to see... Well, I don't need to tell you, but it'll be fun. And misleading, more importantly.
Okay.
10
minutes.
I'm assuming it's the strapping one on his big, flapped horse.
With the blue eye. Maybe that's what he's used. Doesn't matter right now. Look, Moss said that she was building a tunnel underneath here to get people out. Location may be downstairs.
Look downstairs. Talking about Madame Moss.
Ever the bleeding heart, that Baroness. And Madame Mosa to be up to this. This is treason as far as the Duke is concerned.
I'm hoping you'll keep your mouth shut about it.
Of course, I'll be hitching the first ride out of here. My work is done and I'm heading north.
Take your armies, anyone that you have. You can spread the word subtly about it to people. No, they need to know if they can get out. That would be fine. If you can't, it's fine as well.
She turns around and looks to Click-Clack, Goblin Doll, and Baby Doll, and the two halflings in the distance, and like a hive mind way, they link into her thoughts and her will, and they will sow rumors for you.
Okay.
She goes, well, I'm not sticking around to see this get too crazy. I'm good at it, but I'm not much for bloodshed. No, if there's a tunnel, I'm taking it, meeting up with the rest of the carnival, and we're heading north. When you intend to find me, I'll be in the hold of Hell's Wreath. That's where the head of the snake truly is, and that's where this ends. But now that we've eliminated the body in the south, well, pending, I suppose you'll have a say in that. Or the Hand of Bane will. See who gets there first, and then she kind of winks at you. Well, if you need anything from me, I suppose I'll be here till the tunnel's ready.
Let's find Madame Moss. She's downstairs.
Maybe you nod.
Probably where they don't want us to be, and where I had seen some gods coming from. I took note of that. This way. And she, already somewhat has an educated guess of where Madame Moss was given a space to do this, just from seeing a few guards, suspiciously go off. Anyone could have missed this, but Lorelai, very intuitive woman. And sure enough, she's right. She brings you to one of the towers, the back middle tower, which is for study and so forth, illusion magics and that sort of like they teach that kind of stuff here too. But it's all cleared out. There's no classes, of course, and you go through these classrooms into a basement right below where there's like a small cafeteria / chapel. It's a weird space, but in the center of it there is now just this 10-foot by 10-foot hole in the ground, and slowly expanding as Mademoiselle Moss is just standing over it, imposing her will on the earth as it is opening up and creating this errant tunnel that diagonally goes down and then forward. And you can see she's already been doing this for a while. There are several pearls of power just flitting around her right now, or like similar type magics. She's like using a lot to do this within the next few days. She doesn't break concentration as you all come down, but is surprised as, you know, seeing as Lorelei would have had to have picked the lock to come down here. Yeah, the two of you are now just watching Mademoiselle Moss opening this hole through the earth, a railroad escape tunnel.
Attune to that thing while in the time that we have.
I
How
need longer.
how does the scrying work? Does it look at just on you or at a large area?
It
'Cause-
looks in a radius around me. It's sort of like having a floating eye that can see around.
Lorelei?
You
Can
also
we get in your
see
hat, please?
you see the arbiter of Baroness Brunhilde is also down here, and you all. It seems
You
you
don't-
find your way into all sorts of places.
We don't look the same.
Oh no, he can see.
Okay.
He can see right through it because he has spells up right now.
Of course.
He's watching Mademoiselle's back when you guys roll in. He was about to attack you from invisibility, but he reveals himself and
There you are. Hello. Lorelei? Did you hear me?
mm-hmm. I know,
I know
that's
you
just
said
damn
it's dangerous to
impressive.
get in there.
That's the Archdruid? She's a woman. Wow. I like that.
I know. We can fawn over her a bit later. Can we get in your hat? For an hour. I know time is messy in there. I know.
I will not
sure-
be, so if you want to take the risk, every minute counts, and with what I just found out, if you want to go in, you're welcome to.
What's going to happen if we go in then? If we go in for too long? You didn't explain. Donna needs to get that thing on, or we're just going to be chased. Pegasus is going to come.
We're running out of
What-
time.
What's going on here? What do you mean? You're being chased? They're onto us? They know?
Looking for Sauna. They don't know about this. That we're here at all is a problem. But we're
That's
not
a
being
good
watched
point.
right
No
now.
one should-
No one can know
Oh,
that
the
you're
fact
in this
that we are-
room.
It's the
No
fact
one
that we're
can
being
know that
watched.
you're in this room.
We're not
Donna
being
starts
watched
leaving.
right now. In the hat.
I don't know what you're talking about, a hat. That is a very nice hat, but I've set up a private sanctum while the madam has been
Is it?
doing her part. No
the
one can
sanctum?
no one can teleport in or out of here. No divination can plant their prying eyes upon us.
But wouldn't that tip him off?
Be in the sanctum now. Well, he doesn't know that the sanctum exists.
He
I assume.
he points behind you, and you hadn't noticed until you step through. But looking back to the door now, which is still open, there is this like magical curtain, almost like an effervescent mist or haze of pink.
We're in it now.
Well, it's not hard to narrow down a place if you can't look in it. That's my point. If he knows that we're in here, if he looks and we're not there, then
Baby girl,
Almost.
you just need to calm down, Lorelei says, and just like goes to plop you down. If you need an hour, take an hour. Either you get it or you don't. You're gonna keep running like a chicken with your head cut off? Let me tell you, I never got anything done like that. That's how you get a domino effect. Now, just relax. If anything happens, I'll pull this out, and she just pulls a stiletto knife out of her hair. Agni knows a few things. I'm sure this lovely young man with such tasteful style will help us. And the guy goes, oh, thank you. And who are you? And they immediately start to hit it off. They're both like fashionistas.
Can you flirt later, please? This is really intense.
She just hits the door with her hip. Then let's relax.
Anna, last he saw, we were in the building. He doesn't know where we went, what our intention was. He does not know for the life of him why we'd ever come to a random tower's basement.
Oh, and the last thing he would have scryed on you was you trying to scrub the evilness out of yourself in the bathhouse.
There we go. Nice last he thought we were in a bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that, Sana quickly takes off the necklace, puts it in front of her, and begins to focus in on it, kind of holding it in her hands.
Mademoiselle Moss has been like trying to keep concentration this whole time. She finally looks over her shoulder, just nods to you, but with like a stern mother's look. Like, even though she's not your actual one, but you know, she's the protector right now. She's not just you, all these people that are gonna flee the city that are being forcefully kept here. And you guys spend the next amount of time here, at least an hour or two, attuned to this necklace.
And, gives me a short rest, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Finally get that short rest you've been asking about.
Yeah. Can't use that anymore.
And eventually, Adlin, you would tire, and the celestial horse would not, who is flying.
Yep.
Roll me another con save.
Yeah, I'm
Adlin.
like about wiped.
Yeah, you're at the point now where you get another point of exhaustion and your speed is halved. It quickly gains on you and stops down, kind of routing you in this street.
Wait, where's the guy who was riding you? Fuck.
Shakes its head. Comes right up to you and pops its nose into your chest. I'm sorry for your loss. He went to horse heaven.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Happy was a good horse. That makes sense.
He is a good horse.
Oh, God.
I saw his soul rise.
That's good. Glad, you know, glad he's gonna do okay.
My master would have you see him. I sense that you are good as well. So when you are long from this world, you will go. You will not. No, there's something else. Yours is clouded. But there is still a good. Do you wish to go to my master?
Do you mean the guy who was riding you, or where you come from?
My rider.
They're different. Okay, yeah, I mean...
He is my charge. I am to teach him diligence and prudence and compassion. He is a hard one. Not as the last High Arbiter. Inquisitor, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to meet your master. It sounds great. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I just need to catch my breath.
Just kind of watches you. Take as long as you need in Celestial.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, sorry to drag you on this goose chase.
It is not becoming of you. There's better language which can be used of your kind.
Oh, my apologies.
I know you are better than this. I accept your apologies.
Yeah. Well, sorry to lead you on this goose chase. It's nice meeting you.
You are no goose.
Oh, fair. Well, yeah.
It is my pleasure to converse.
Yeah.
With one with a brightness in him.
Well, yeah, well, this is a good talk. Guess
This is all telepathic.
Yeah.
He's using he's using your silent speech against you, like relaying it back.
That is perfectly fine. I'm down with this Pegasus. Not the rider. He's a bit of a dick, but Pegasus seems cool. Well,
I am not a Pegasus. I am a Pegasi. Pegasus born of the mortal coil.
Oh, okay.
I will live and die, and my spirit will go back, though.
Oh, so it's like you just have a mortal shell.
Nuts. That's what, he's not like a pure white. There's brown spots on him.
Okay, yeah, I follow. Well,
Especially now that you see him up close, like his wings are big and white, but he's wearing all this armor. But underneath it, it looks like just like a regular mare or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna start walking here. Back over that way. It really is nice meeting you. Sorry again. Yeah. I honestly didn't expect you to come up and have a conversation with me.
Many enemies who will fight in these days would never have expected it.
Yeah.
I hope not to see you again in these battles.
Same.
Flaps its wings, leaves you in its shadow, and as the shadow rides away, you're left in the light as the sun crosses into this alleyway and you emerge about your business.
I hope that bought them enough time. And he's taken the whistle that he had like half dangling out of his mouth and just goes ahead and tucks it back into his shirt. He looks at the arm for a little bit, thinking about what Agni was saying about try to keep it off as much as possible, but he decides to leave it on. And he'll start on his way back much slower than his leaving. Just tired.
Meanwhile, as you're walking off that direction, you kind of look that way and the camera pans out from your view, grazes over the roofs of the raven-littered rooftops of the city, and beyond the university, kind of loops around that, and we get a view of the distant fields and the sun homes pressed up against the hills, and beyond that, where we know that Lord Sideri, at this point in time, yet to have been recipient of that coronation. As the camera crosses the horizon over that way, it reads across the screen. Yeah, the next day and sometime later, effectively. So, for your sake of understanding, as I cut back to Alikos here, his coronation happens like tomorrow, from where all you guys are at once you long rest. But we're going to come back to you, Alikos. As we see you, but moments after, the people have been gathering arms, and you've, maybe not moments, maybe like within the hour, you've gone and put through what your crest is going to be, your flag. And you're just, in the heart of this encampment now, as everyone is readying for battle. You're sort of following Lord Hammond. He's making sure you're always beside him. Pay attention now. Watch closely. Right? Stay with me at all times.
Right behind you, my lord.
Kind of walking through the camp, watching people train. And he kind of calls out to one of the captains. No! We'll have to change our formations there. They'll be expecting that. They use the same. And Christoph Steerwalt will be leading them with the Solaris Order. The greatest general Barum has ever known. I'm going to do something new. We don't have much time, so throw your heads together. Come up with a new formation. Archers! And he goes over. He's just going around. He's very hands-on, checking on everything. Micromanaging the business of what's about to take place.
It's effective.
My lord! My lord! Riders approaching! Orders approaching! This guard says in alarm, and doo-doo starts ringing a bell, and Hammond just kind of waves it off, and the bell chimes on a bit longer, but they stop ringing it. As if he expects who it is, or he's not worried at the very least. Let's go see who this is then, eh? Up to the parapet.
Aye.
Come on. The two of you walk up the wall, the inside steps, and standing 100 or more feet above the ground as these riders are approaching. They're raising a flag showing who they represent. It's a symbol you've seen before. It's a secret symbol, or the person who holds it is a secret figure anyhow. The Regent of Baron. You've seen this in Mosswald. You recognize it. And from the look on Hammond's face, he recognizes it as well. Do you say anything or do anything? What do you look like in this moment?
As he's squinting his eyes at this flag, and then as he's trying to remember Mosswheel, remembering. If I remember, that's the. Is it the flag of the Bison?
No, the Regent, the Regent's warehouse. The Regent is a secret, anomalous figure amongst the nobility who, because of its anonymity, is able to do business with the many without, people that would usually compete going against each other and refusing to like store their goods in the same place. It was just kind of like this settled upon. Someone was going to be the elite council decided someone in Baron was going to become this regent. The regent would have this business that would, despite all the subterfuge and skullduggery that was going on between the holds, this would be a neutral factor. But you learnt that the warehouse of the regent housed Augmen's carriage for a time, and perhaps they were implicated to be affiliated with the Black Mask, and they're riding up. The front rider removes his helmet. Seasoned old man, and in fact most of the Regent's Guard, they are all very old men as they remove their helmets. Not a single one of them fresh-faced, each with streaks of gray, or mostly gray with a streak of black, wrinkled faces. These are retired soldiers, perhaps, who have pledged themselves to the Regent. My lord! It seems the day has come! Do we have permission to enter? Of course! Lower the gates! Hammond yells out as the gates begin to open for the Regent's men. One of the guards, surprised, goes, My lord! You're the Regent? I'm afraid so. Alikos, come, let's greet these men.
Right behind you.
As you're walking down the stairs, he quickly pulls you into a little hole, or a little door into the wall off the stairs where like archers would go and shoot out the slots. No one's really in here right now or nearby. So I'm a fool, Alikos. I feel I've been used for some time. My friendship with the Duke, when he had nominated me to become the Regent, I look back on it now and see perhaps he had done this only to, perhaps not undermine me, but to supplant those he has cast his alliances with. I am not blind anymore to the enemy.
Then what have you to fear?
I'm just saying, you speak of me so highly. In fact, everyone does. I am just so tired. I have worked for so long for the people. Perhaps my eyes are foggy. When this is through, I see you, an eagerness in your eye to nominate me. I would only take this if the people wished it. Perhaps I am not what they deserve. Perhaps instead I resign. You take my place as Lord, and I nominate the Baroness. I don't know if I have the strength to continue on. Being used as I was, so blinded. Who's to say I am not blinded in another sense? I am but a man.
Aye, but my lord, you're the perfect person for it. You're not after the power, you're only after it to help others, to help this country. Power means nothing to you, it is only a means.
Perhaps my fist would be too strong, Alcos. Perhaps I'd be blinded again.
Well, that's what we're here for. Kinda gives him a tap on the shoulder.
He looks back to you. Perhaps. Yes, perhaps. I was in confidence. I look at you as a protege now. And this will come to mean more to you as the hours of this day pass. Tonight, some of the soldiers will escort you to one of the chambers within the keep. I'll be waiting for you there, as well as a company of my men with which we traveled.
We're ready for
We'll see this through. And we'll do it for the people, for this realm that we love. Thank you for those words. You've emboldened me.
What do you have me to thank for?
But listen, I do not trust these regent's men. Indeed, I was the regent. But I found there may have been those placed among its ranks and set in motion around me that did not have the best interest at heart. But I recognize a lot of these men's faces, seasoned veterans that have served and I have fought alongside of. We'll come to know where their true alliances lie tonight. Perhaps they know the truth of their deception, and as I do, they feel the scorn. If that is the case, I will have them if you will, but know that they fought alongside our enemy.
Are you sure it's wise to keep a poison blade so close?
We will need all the arms we can get in truth. We will not be able to use siege weaponry in this assault. It is our city, our people. But I feel the Duke will not feel the same against us as we rally. This will be an uphill fight for us. And spies report of Odin's sons, tribals coming from the hills. What part they will play in this, who's to say? They have never been a friend of their fellow man in these lands. Perhaps the Duke has made them some promise, though. Some claim to land. I understand they've undergone new leadership. Not much is known of those tribals in truth, save that they're bitter rivals of old. Remnants of the discordant era, not so different than your people.
They are not my people any longer.
Let me resolute to you. We are all one another's people, and we are all each other's keepers. Come now, these men are waiting for us. And he takes you down to go speak with all these regents' men. Seasoned soldiers, the higher ranking of the guards that made up the regents' faction, which is essentially like a conglomerate. It was a business, it was a warehouse for a lot of other nobles to use and businesses to come and go from without having discrepancies. Lord Hammond! Days of secrecy are done. We stand here to fight. Is that so? To who and for why do you fight? The city of Mossweld runs thick with poison in its veins. And our tactic hands help sow this. On our redemption to relieve us of our self-imposed charges. We sanction ourselves as men-at-arms, at your disposal. What do you mean, poison in the veins of Mosswild? The Weizen. She was assassinated. And what of the city now? We gave them a run for, and they seem to be up in arms with other local factions. We decided to come to the front lines, my lord. Let our true colors fly once more, no longer under the censorship of the Regent's banner, but of yours, my lord. He looks to you, Alikos. What do you think?
Looks at Lord Hammond and looks back to the others. Truly?
Who might you be that would truly have our blade in battle? That which has seen well over 10 campaigns, let alone in my youth. And he to my side, 20 more. And I, 30 in my days. A big, fat, pot-bellied man who's fucking 65 years old, which is very old for these days.
Hey, fear
all these guys
warrior.
are old vets.
Lord Sideri,
And you
if you will have me.
We will, young lord. We will! Hey, hey! Whoosh! And all their blades come together and clink in like a tower, like a peak. Alright, seems we're actually building ourselves a decent force. My men, and of those who were moving in allegiance with the enemy, what came of them? We've routed them from the city. They ran with their heels, likely heading back here to the east as we did. Well, we have a short time to prepare. Everyone, listen, listen! Fetch everyone's attention. And once again, everybody starts turning and looking. This will be the hardest battle that we have ever fought. They will use our very own compassion against us. They hold our people within their walls. And agents say that they will not let them pass. We can hold a hope in our heart and a strength in our arm to continue to press on. They will use everything against us. And unfortunately, we will not be able to do the same. Our weapons of war will be left behind. And all we will have out there is each other. Take this. And ready yourselves. And everyone continues readying for war! You know, they're not excited for war. They're like, we've got to take the nation back, you know? It's very
Liberty, baby.
patriotic.
And all that jazz.
The day continues with you following Hammond throughout most of it. You're watching, he's make sure you pay attention to how he talks to other people, how he prioritizes things. He's trying to instill this in you. Roll a insight check.
Using inspiration as he's trying to learn about his new position. Very keen interest in insight. 17, nice.
Yeah, you are picking up on it. That night, it's you're having dinner. Everyone's in a huge banquet hall. The whole army is eating together, with the front doors open out to the courtyard where more tables are extended out there. It puts the Harry Potter, like, when they have their big meals to shame. These are just soldiers, and like a lot of them. And Hammond's sitting there with you at the head of the table with Commander Pepe Horvath and these regents men and the higher up captains and corporals of this castle. And he kind of like leans over to you in the meal. And he's holding something in his hand that looks like a handkerchief at first, but it's not. Something else crumpled up, but like a fabric.
Mm.
Do you recall when we had first met in Mosswild, the incident with the vampire Augment? And my former retainer, Reese. You recall, yes? And I had petitioned you in King's Cross much earlier to come with me and see in on this. Eventually, you dealt with this later. More recent affairs, but I believe before you came to Bevel Bay, all the children were saved. This here in my hand, I tried to give this to you before. It is a fragment of a tabard, a flag we had found in Reese's chambers. The same symbol, perhaps, that the Duke has his pretenses upon. Reese was my retainer, and as I think upon it now, I feel as though the Duke and the Black Mass have been trying to undermine me for quite some time. It was the Duke himself who requested I take young Reese on as my retainer and as my future protege, filling the role I now have you in. But to an extent he never could. I never took to the lad, never trusted him, and for good reason. I suppose we see now why. But I believe that he is not the bastard that I was led to believe. He is long from this world now. From what I heard when you battled him, he took to a horrific transformation, becoming a fiend. But I believe that Reese Brewer is not his real name, and that in fact, he was the Duke's first true-born child. If the scandal goes as deep as we think. I'd found this in his chambers, as I said. Now with the light of this Rhineworm name, well, we fight, I feel, an ancient battle. But we have something on our side, I will tell you. The city of Baldrick's Watch, when it was initially constructed, it was not built for warfare in mind. Its gates, too wide. Its towers, just short enough. And the flat stretch of land, advantageous to us. At the same time, we will have cover from the nearby western hills. In the days of old when the Empire was formed here, if the battles against the fiends had ever gotten to this point in the south, humanity never would have lasted. We can use those same advantages to our own hand now. We'll come in with force, secret cavalry from leaving the west, where we keep most of our forces, rushing the gates. We will lose many. It should buy us time to perhaps get towers upon the walls. We'll speak further on stratagem as we prepare with the rest of the commanders here. I just wanted you to be informed so you can add your own input. Impress here. It's important. You ought to be a true Lord of the West one day. I may not make it out of this battle, and I may not fill the same position if I do. So be ready. Well, digest that as well as your meal. Warriors, I will retire for the time being. And then he looks to the other more personal entourage, Basil and company, gives them a nod.
Yep.
Prepare the ceremonies for tonight, midnight. Right. As you have a few hours to kind of prepare yourself for whatever this late night ceremony will be.
As he actually grabs some, offers to acquire some parchment, and I'm not sure if there's any type of little scribe area or like any type of private place he has set up for himself. But he will actually begin composing a letter.
Alright.
And actually 2 letters. As the camera fades off to the candle slowly burning away.
And it fades off to that candle. We hear the scratching of the quill. And across the screen, cursive calligraphy goes, and it says intermission. And we will be back for the next half of episode 83, Jubilant Jamboree Act 3.